We're now going to turn to the indirect inferences. And first, the indirect inference with all. And what makes these inferences indirect is that in the second premise, we're going to see it always has a negation. So rather than the argument going from all men are mortal, as the first one went, and let's say it was Socrates is a man, therefore Socrates is mortal, or this is going kind of in the opposite direction. That is, when you look at the all, the last inference went from left to right. Take a look at the pattern. The same thing with the if-then. The indirect ones are the ones where it's legitimate on the all statement, if you can see what I mean, to go from right to left. That is, you can go from not mortal to not a man. So the argument, the example of an argument, a valid inference of the valid argument of this form is all men are mortal. Zeus is not mortal, therefore Zeus is not a man. So the pattern is that all things in category A are in category B. This thing is not in category B, therefore this thing is not in category A. And if you think about it, if you want to go back to testing validity, you can spend a little time trying to come up with an example, a possible situation, that is, describe it without contradicting yourself, where those premises are true and the conclusion is false. And I think you're going to see that we can't. Now, the other thing that I just want to point out is, remember, when we write down these patterns, we simplify it a little bit, and maybe to some of you make it more confusing. I hope not. This isn't math, right? It's all A's or B's, all things in the first category and the second category. This thing X is not in the second category, therefore this thing is not in the first category.